Okay, everybody, here we go. It's a big one. This is the biggest, best value we have ever offered on Andrew Lessman's Secure Meal Replacement. So what we're talking about here are meals. So I just want to start with that. These are delicious, nutritious meals. There are going to be several choices for you. I'm going to start with the biggest bundle first, because you can have 300 meals all the way down to 20 meals. So there's a Try Me at 20, there's a 50 meal choice, there's a 100 meal choice, there's a 200 meal choice, and there is a 300 meal choice, all right? If you do the 20, just for the record, that is a great Try Me. We will send you 20 meals. You choose if you'd like chocolate, vanilla, or coffee. If you do the 50, same thing. You choose. It's 50 meals. You choose if you want chocolate, vanilla, or coffee. Now here's where it starts to get interesting. If you want 100 meals, and that's one of these big jugs right here, 100 meals, you're choosing chocolate, vanilla, or coffee. And if you choose 100 meals, we are also going to be sending you 100 capsules of the Energy Fat Metabolism. We're also going to send you 4 packets, 4 of Andrew's delicious teas. So you get 4 teas, you get 100 capsules of Energy Fat Metabolism, 100 meals, and you choose the flavor, chocolate, coffee, vanilla. Next up, 200 meals, that's 2 big jugs here. And you can choose whether you want all the same. So if you are a chocolate girl or a chocolate guy, you can do just chocolate. Right. You can do vanilla chocolate, you can do vanilla coffee, chocolate coffee, whatever you'd like. You can choose 2 flavors or all 1 flavor. You also will then be receiving 200 capsules of Energy Fat Metabolism. 1 for every day, yep. 1 for every day, and then on top of that, you're also going to be receiving 8 of Andrew's teas. 8 teas included.
We'll talk about this later, but green tea, in terms of research of an ingredient that can support your weight loss goals, your fat burning goals, green tea is the best thing to incorporate into a healthy regime. And we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay, now here's the Mac Daddy.
The best value.
This is what all of us are going to do, because you get the whole enchilada with this. You are getting all 3 of these. You get 300 meals. Delicious meals. You can do this in a couple different ways. You can do all 1. If you want to do all chocolate, you can do that. All vanilla. If you want to do all coffee, you can do that. Or you can pick different flavors. So if you want to do, or you get all 3. So you can either do 1 of each, or all the same.
Yep, you can do all chocolate, all coffee, or all vanilla.
Or coffee, vanilla, chocolate.
Exactly.
Then you're also going to be receiving 300 capsules. This would probably cost, you know.
I think that's a $90 value on its own.
$90 value in Energy Fat Metabolism. This is the greatest product. We'll talk more about it, but boy, you're gonna lose your weight this year. If you do this, if you buy this and do this, you are gonna lose weight. It's almost impossible not to, and it's the easiest way to do it. Now, on top of that, you're also going to get 36 teas.
You get a box of our organic jasmine green tea.
Right, that's classic, 36.
That's classic Chinese green tea, and that's the tea that has the bulk of research in terms of supporting weight loss goals. So you'll get 30 of those. Then you get
36 of these.
You get the 6 tea sampler as well. That's why it's 36.
Oh, I see. So 30 of these, and you get an additional 6.
6 tea sampler of the other green teas. And then you get 7 meals of the Cholesterol oatmeal, which you could have a serving of that in the morning. It helps to lower your cholesterol probably 5 or 10 times better than oatmeal on its own.
No kidding. So you get the oatmeal, you get the 30 plus 6 teas, you get 300 meals, you do all 1 flavor, or you get 1 of each flavor. So, and I'm gonna show you the savings real quickly, and then I'm gonna promise I'm gonna let Andrew tell you all about it. But it's exciting. I mean, this is the biggest value we have ever seen on this product. And for those of us who take it—
In 25 years of doing meal replacement, this is the least expensive it's ever been.
Yeah. This is our best buy. So let me show you again how this pricing looks. First of all, look at the savings. Holy moly. Wow. So remember, 20 meals, all right?
That's the Try Me, where you get to try the different flavors.
Exactly. So that's kind of nice. You get the 20, or you can go with the 50 meals, and you get 50 caps of the Energy Fat Metabolism, which is great. 100 meals, you get 100 caps of the Energy Fat Metabolism. 200 caps, And remember, you're going to be, or 200 meals, and then you get 200 caps of energy fat. And remember, you're also going to be getting tea,
the tea
right?
Sampler.
You're going to get tea you're going to get 4 teas here, 6 teas here. Or here's where most of us are ordering, because this is almost a year's worth of meals. If you do one a day.
If you do one a day or two, if you do one a day, it's almost a year. If you do 2 a day, it's still almost 6 months.
Exactly.
It's about 5 months.
And so you get the 300 meals, you get the 300 capsules of energy fat metabolism. On top of that, you're getting 30 plus 6 of the teas for a total of 36 teas, and you are getting a week's worth of the oatmeal as well. So all of that, and look at the savings. It would be $508 at $199. This is one of the biggest values ever on any Today Special. This is one of the biggest, best Today Specials we've ever seen from Andrew. The key to it is that they're delicious and you will lose weight. And for those of us that want to maintain our weight loss, I use this for maintenance. I do this every single day in place of one meal. In place of either breakfast or lunch, I do this. I also love to do it for a snack. I love to do it if I come into work and I want something yummy. I do it. You go up to my desk, I always have these at work, because I always know if I want a treat, and there's goodies everywhere at HSN. There's all kinds of goodies and temptations around. If I have this, I go make a chocolate shake. Right now, nighttime, right? You're craving something sweet and yummy. Instead of going and making a bowl of ice cream that's loaded with fat and loaded with calories, right? You go make a chocolate shake.
And you want to know something funny is when we put this together, the flavor profiles we used for vanilla or for chocolate or for coffee, if we were making vanilla ice cream, we would have used the same flavor profile, or chocolate ice cream, the same flavor profile. Flavor is very, very expensive. And unfortunately, most companies, when they make meal replacements, they don't invest in flavor. I've been doing this for so long, I learned that I could make the scientifically most perfect meal replacement in the world. But if I don't invest in flavor, you don't use it. And if you don't use it, guess what? It can't benefit you. I talked earlier in the first hour, I talked about the fact that meal replacement is proven weight loss science. You don't have to get my meal replacement. I could tell you why it's unique, it's different, it's special, it's going to be more effective for you. But meal replacements have been proven in clinical study after clinical study to be the most effective way to lose weight. We have to structure our eating if we're going to lose weight. Exercise is not the sole answer to weight loss. In fact, if you ask the ratio, what contributes what to weight loss, I would say that eating is 80% of weight loss. Changing what we eat is 80% of weight loss, or 80% of weight management, at least. That might be a little conservative. So to lose weight, to manage our weight, to make those changes, and I wrote a blog today, I said, and they attribute it sometimes to Einstein or others, to Mark Twain or Benjamin Franklin, that quote, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and somehow thinking we're going to get a different result. It could apply to so many things in our lives, but certainly about our health, certainly about our weight, that if we want things to change, we must make change. If we make big change, guaranteed, probably not going to work. If we make small change, that's manageable change, likely going to work, and we'll be able to stick to it long term. That's what meal replacement science is, and that's why it works. When you compare meal replacements to diets, meal replacements do better. When you combine meal replacement with diets, you get even the best results. So, so it's something that you don't have to adhere to mine, but meal replacements work. The science is clear. The clinical studies are clear, and the clinical studies are consistent. It's not like they did studies on meal replacements and, gosh, this didn't work. You replace a meal with a lower calorie meal, and in my meal replacement, the lowest calorie on the market and the best tasting. Imagine a 60+ calorie meal that's rated at still at about 80+% positive reviews. I think about 70% of the reviews are 5-star reviews, and that means flavor too. So in terms of weight loss, we know we need to make change. Exercise is not going to be the only answer. There's probably very few people around who exercise more than I do. Probably exercise at least a couple of hours every single day. But I still recognize that the key to managing my weight and staying at my ideal weight is not so much my exercise, it's what I eat. It's what I put in my body. And those of us who find ourselves on the wrong side of our body weight or body composition, we usually can trace that situation back to something we've been eating over the course of our lifetimes. It took us years and years, decades to get where we are today. It's unrealistic and it's not fair to ourselves to think we're going to change it overnight. Also, it's extremely unfair of ourselves to blame ourselves for being overweight. Being overweight is part of the human blueprint. That might sound crazy because how could the big guy upstairs design us to be overweight? He wouldn't do something like that. Well, he designed us to survive in a world of scarcity, where starvation was the major risk to our survival. Humans are so ingenious, we're so creative, we created a world of abundance. So now there's fast food on every corner. We pick up the phone, we could text, we could email, we could have food delivered to our house. So food is abundant. The worst kinds of food are most abundant. And that's why our blueprint that was designed to get by with the least amount of food possible, that blueprint doesn't do well in our modern world. So the way to adapt to this new modern world is using science to our benefit, and science not in chemistry, but science in terms of clinical science. Meal replacements have been proven clinically, have been proven consistently with huge studies. Meal replacements work to help us create the structure to lose weight. Secure complete meal replacement, you won't find a more nutritious, more delicious, better formulated product than this. And it's also the lowest in calories. And the lower in calories, the difference between the meal you would have eaten, that meal that you replaced, and the meal replacement itself, that difference in calories, that's your weight loss. And that's what this product delivers.
And if you're trying to decide, I just want to remind you one more time, because I know there's a lot of choices here, but most people are ordering the big bundle. I want to remind you that's 300 meals. What I'm ordering, because I take this every single day, I drink one every single day, at least one. If I'm trying to take if I put on a couple extra pounds, I need to take those pounds off fast, then I do morning and I do breakfast and lunch with these. So otherwise, I usually do just lunch. I used to do breakfast, but I've kind of changed it up. Now I do, this is my lunch every day. They're filling. They are so delicious. They are so yummy. Here's what I would recommend if you're trying to decide. The big bundle, you get one of each. You get a vanilla, you get a chocolate, you get a vanilla, and you get a coffee. They are so absolutely amazing. I love the vanilla. I throw fruit in it, strawberries in it, raspberries in it, bananas in it. It's so good. The chocolate, I'm a chocoholic, I will admit it. I love chocolate. The chocolate, if I have to pick a favorite, the chocolate's going to be my favorite.
Even here, just
I know, they're ridiculous.
The vanilla,
oh, the vanilla is so good. And you can mix that up. You can put pineapple in there. So good. And then one more, the coffee, if you're a coffee drinker.
It's real coffee.
It's so good. I'm telling you, and these are good hot or cold. Like in the wintertime, I make it hot. In the wintertime, you can make the chocolate one hot. It's better than hot chocolate. I'm telling you, these are so yummy. That's why they work, because these are not those weird, icky energy drinks. This is not diet food. They are creamy. They are delicious. You feel like you're cheating. You feel like you're having a treat. They're indulgent. And I really honestly believe that's why they work and why you stay with it. Because you get excited, you look forward to it. But if you have the 3 flavors, you can mix it up. You know, you do a little vanilla. I love to mix the chocolate and the coffee together.
You can do a half a scoop of chocolate, half a scoop of coffee. The one thing I must have to caution about the coffee is that it's real coffee that's used to make that coffee flavor. So it does contain caffeine. It contains about the caffeine of a mild cup of coffee. So you need to be aware of that. So if you're a coffee drinker, and I know a lot of people who just love it, you have to be aware that it does contain caffeine. The vanilla, the chocolate is, I was just drinking some yesterday. The chocolate's amazing. It tastes like melted chocolate ice cream. And that's the intent. The intent is to satisfy your sweet tooth. The intent is to give you a feeling of fullness, of satisfaction, but to do it with 63 plus calories. To do it in a fashion where you're getting that fullness, but you're not consuming a 500-600 calorie meal. And that's the secret to weight loss, because it creates structure with meal replacements, and your net caloric intake every day becomes less, and that's how you lose weight.
That's it. So I hope, jump in now, do one FlexPay. If you're doing the big one, the 300 meals, may I remind you that with FlexPay, it's about $33 to get it home. $33, we send you 300 meals, 300 energy fat metabolism capsules. These capsules are awesome. You want to lose weight, you want to burn fat, you want to feel amazing. This is a 1-2 punch here. And then plus you get the tea, 36 teas. On top of that, you're getting a whole week's worth of oatmeal for, you know, to get started. You should show the
breakdown of the price on the 300 meal. I think there's a chart there. But the most important thing I think to look at is on the 300, you're looking at something that's just a little bit over, I think, 65 cents, approximately 65 cents per meal. And that doesn't consider the contribution of about $100 for the energy and fat metabolism factors. It doesn't consider the contribution of about $30 for the teas, probably about $10 for the oatmeal. So when you look at all of these things, it's actually pennies ends up per meal. Yeah. When you look at even the 200 meal, you're talking about something that's about 70 cents.
You can't even buy the Secure. The Secure loan is $334 to get 300 meals.
But that's the regular HSN price, and to think that a high nutrition meal replacement is barely at that price. It's just a tiny bit over $1. That's a bargain.
And look at the energy and fat metabolism. That is
$100.
This is a $100 item that you're getting for free. Free. You're not paying a penny for that.
And that's a combination, our energy and fat metabolism factors is a combination of our urgent energy and our fat burning factors. Because when you generate energy, fat is the most concentrated energy source in our body. So when you give your body the nutritional factors necessary to liberate energy from body fat, that's a great energy fat product. And at the same time, it's a product that focuses on fat metabolism, ensuring that you have the nutrients necessary to engage in that fat metabolism, and the botanical ingredients as well. So it's one of our most popular products on its own, the energy and fat metabolism factors. And of course the Secure, because all weight loss is based upon what we put in our body, or all weight gain is based upon what we put in our body. The only answer is change. And meal replacements have been scientifically proven to be the most effective way to achieve that change and to achieve results.
So when you think about it, you're getting $135 worth of add-ins here. You're getting the energy fat, that's a $100 item. Then you get the tea. Then you also get the oatmeal. That's another $35 worth. You're at $135 just in those other items. On top of that, you're getting 300 meals. These are not, like, that's why it works, is because these are full of vitamins and nutrients. They're low in calorie, they're low in fat, they're low in carb. They're under $1 a day. They work, they're filling. You drink one and you're satisfied and you feel fantastic and you don't feel deprived. The reason diets don't work is because you can't wait to get off it. Right? You can't wait to get off your diet. You're getting all of this. It's like 300 meals here, and you can mix and match. You can do all one flavor, or you get one of each. And a lot of us are going to do the one of each because it's fun to play with them and mix them up.
And the reviews, and of course, this is soy protein. In terms of the science, the clinical science, the best protein for weight loss is soy protein. Of course, our soy protein is non-GMO. Someone was saying there's only GMO soy. No, there's non-GMO soy, and that's what we use. It's the most effective protein source to be used for weight loss. We also have a whey protein version of this. That's also available. It's a little bit more expensive, but we also have a whey protein version. But in terms of straight weight loss and supporting your weight loss goals, this is the ideal formulation to achieve that. It's also a vegetable-based protein, but it has a high PER. It's highly efficient protein. I was going to read a couple of charts here, and then I was going to mix some up, because you will not find a meal replacement that tastes as good, that is as low a calories, that mixes as easily. You know, all of the superlatives you could consider in terms of the characteristics of this product. This is going to be literally the most easily mixing, the best tasting. So
yeah.
why don't I mix some first?
At home, a lot of us throw it in the blender. I throw, but at work, when I'm at work, I don't have a blender. I just put it.
Here, I'll show everyone.
You can just put it in water.
There's one scoop there. What I'll do is I'll put 2 scoops in, just so everyone gets a sense of how easily it mixes. What's also interesting is, well, I think most of us, when you do something like this, you wouldn't put your powder in a glass and then just let it sit there.
Right.
I could let this sit there for a half hour, an hour, and if I came over to mix it, it would mix perfectly.
Right.
Because each of the ingredients, from every one of the vitamins, every one of the minerals, to the protein, every component in there was specifically selected because it needs to mix it easily.
Look at that.
It's done.
It's amazing.
There's
yeah, you don't
no
get that
product
big
that will
clump
mix
at
like
the
that.
bottom. So, and I'm telling you, that vanilla is, I swear to you, it tastes like the yummiest vanilla malt, like a vanilla shake. And if you throw that in the blender with a little bit, and that's just with water, if you throw that in the blender,
well, I just want to show everyone.
Ice in there with it.
I just mixed that and drank the whole thing, but I mixed it literally in just a few seconds with a spoon, and it was a double portion, and the glass looks creamy and all, but there's no clumps, there's nothing left at all.
So good.
But I don't think you could do that with any protein powder. I don't think you could do that with any other meal replacement. And the flavor is so amazingly rich. And what's wonderful about the vanilla, it's like you could hear, I'm like salivating. It's delicious. What's wonderful about the vanilla, it's perfect for any kind of smoothie, whether it be a fruit smoothie, we add berries and things at home, banana, pineapple, or whether it's going to be a vegetable smoothie. The vanilla is like a perfect template, a perfect background. You can mix it with anything, or just mix it with water. And it's something that's going to give you an opportunity that's filling, that's rich, at only 66 calories, or I think the vanilla is 63 calories. The vanilla is 63, wow. I think the coffee is 70, I think the chocolate is 67. So they vary a little. We use so much flavor in them that the calorie count is different with each one because of the amount of flavor required that differs for each one. But you know what's
fun? Because they're so low calorie, if you want to throw a scoop of peanut butter in with the chocolate, if you want to throw some berries in, you're adding a few extra calories. You don't have to worry about it because they're so low calorie to begin with.
My original meal replacements were just almost 300 calories. And that's what we've achieved here. And that's perfect to remind that whether it's almond butter or cashew butter or peanut butter or berries or fruit or yogurt, you could add things. You could add a bunch of stuff to there. You still won't get to 200 calories.
Right.
Because of where you're starting. And the flavor is so rich that you're going to fall in love with these. It's interesting. You could read reviews, and I could find hundreds of them that says that they look forward to their meal replacement more than they look forward to their meals. And this is a product that I think if you get it home, remember, it's just a 60 some odd calorie meal, and it's rich in nutrition. If we look at the nutrients here, this reads almost like a multivitamin.
Right.
100% of the RDA of vitamin C, 60 milligrams, 100% of the RDA of vitamin D, 50% of the RDA of vitamin E, 50% of B1, 50% of B2, 50% of B3, 50% of vitamin B5, 50% of vitamin B6, 200% of our special protected B12.
Wow.
Because it's so important for fat-burning metabolism and energy. Biotin, literally 5 times more than the leading multivitamins in biotin, folic acid, 200 milligrams of calcium. 200 milligrams, that's 20% of the RDA of calcium.
Amazing.
That's like a capsule of our CalMag.
Amazing.
And 100 milligrams of magnesium and selenium and chromium as well. So it really is not just delicious, not just a wonderful meal replacement that's filling and satisfying and giving you 7 grams of heart-healthy soy protein. Heart-healthy, bone-healthy. Soy protein is a healthy source of protein. A lot of folks have given soy sort of a bad name, but this is non-GMO, so this is something in terms of the clinical science on weight loss. Soy protein has been shown when incorporated as a meal replacement, not only to help with weight loss, but to also help keep those lipid levels and other factors that we want to keep in their normal range to help us there as well. But I'm just going to read this chart quickly here. So it's 63 to 70 calories. I think the coffee is 70, the vanilla is 63, and I think the chocolate's 67.
Wow.
Mixes quickly and easily, as you saw. It literally mixes instantly. You don't need a blender unless you're blending some fruit or something with it. It's rich, delicious, and filling. 7 grams of non-GMO soy protein. It's low in sodium. A lot of meal replacements aren't. And a lot of folks who are trying to lose weight also have to watch their blood pressure, so sodium is something they're avoiding. It's low in fat. It's only 1.5 grams of fat. It's got 0 trans fat. It's got 0 saturated fat, and it's got 0 cholesterol. It's dairy-free. It's gluten-free. So all of the things, all of the things that are so important to all of us. Less than 8 grams of carb. less than 30 carbohydrate calories, 22 essential vitamins and minerals, as I just showed you a moment ago, 100% of vitamin C and D, 200% of B12, 50% of vitamin E, 50% of all the B vitamins and biotin, and then 25% and 20% of calcium and magnesium.
I mean, you cannot find a product like this on the market. That's what's so exciting. And beyond all that nutrition, the flavor, they are so yummy. But one thing I also want to point out here, remember, everybody's getting energy and fat metabolism. We haven't talked about this yet, but this is the most incredible product. If you are trying to lose weight, have you ever noticed that when you're trying to lose weight, you're watching what you eat and you find it harder to lose weight? Like we start to plateau, and if you're looking for a way to rev your metabolism, this is the greatest little trick. This is the greatest product. This you take before you go to the gym, before you do your walk, before you take your swim, before you do your housework, whatever you do for your exercise, you take one of these and it's going to help your body burn fat. It helps your body. This is all about fat metabolism. It helps your body burn that fat. It is not a jittery product. It doesn't make you all wacky. It doesn't make you all, it's not like one of those weird diet pills that, you know, have all these crazy side effects. It's not like that. But I will tell you, if you're trying to get the fat off, between lessening your calories with a meal replacement like that and taking energy fat metabolism to help rev your metabolism and help your body burn that fat, you have such a winning combination here. And that's why people love this so much, because what I have found, because I'm a foodie, I love food. I love to eat. I will never be a skinny mini because I love to eat too much. But so I have to find, this to me is like the greatest thing to discover, because it's something that I can do that helps me maintain. It's like Andrew said, and I learned this from Andrew, because I always felt like, you know, it was more about exercise than diet. And when Andrew says 80% of weight loss is not about exercise, 80% of weight loss is what we eat.
Right.
It's all about our diet. So you don't have to change anything in terms of your exercise right now, and just get your diet under control first. I mean, right?
It's still important. Activity is still important. And activity is critical to our health, because exercise and activity play such an important role in our health. But purely in terms of weight loss, I mean, there's a number of folks who use this product who are disabled, and they can't exercise, they can't be active. And managing and controlling what they consume, and that's the key. And it's really managing and not so much controlling. A meal replacement just creates structure. That's the key. Our energy and fat metabolism factors, it's not really designed to rev your metabolism. What our energy and fat metabolism factors does, first of all, energy is sometimes you struggle with when we're eating less. Energy is something we require if we want to be active. We sometimes lose our discipline, we lose our motivation when we have inadequate levels of energy. Also, fat-burning metabolism is the most complex metabolism, energy metabolism, we ask our body to engage in. As we're dieting, we often don't have the components necessary to support that kind of metabolism. Also, there are components in our energy and fat metabolism factors that support feelings of well-being that are sort of necessary when we're going through the challenges that sometimes a weight loss regime can be. This is designed, a meal replacement, to be an easy, structured opportunity. That's what meal replacements are all about. The clinical science is very clear. Meal replacements work. If you're trying to lose weight this time of year, just thinking you're going to do it with exercise alone, it's naive to think that. Whether you have an activity monitor, whether you're going to the gym, or whether you're going to be taking certain indoor activity classes, that's not going to do it on its own. The research is equally clear in that regard. Managing what we eat is the key to losing the weight we seek to lose or keeping our weight where it is. That's the key, managing what we consume. And meal replacements have been shown over and over and over to be the most effective tool to do that. Our meal replacements, very classic: vanilla, chocolate, coffee, great tasting, extremely low in calories, extremely rich in nutrition, and really ridiculously affordable. In all of the sizes here, we're looking at, I think, less than $1. In the largest sizes, you're looking at either side of 70 cents for a meal.
Think of the money you're going to save on groceries.
Right.
You're going to save money on groceries. What do you pay for lunch every day? What do you pay for that? Right?
This is,
I mean, this is under $1 a meal.
Well, it's
that's, you know, so you're
65 cents, and if you if you factor in the value of the oatmeal or the tea or the energy and fat metabolism factors, even if you cut those in half and you say they're only worth $50, then on that 300 mil, you're still talking about something that's less than 50 cents a meal. So it's, and we have
so
reviews,
it's economical.
But we have reviews from folks who talk about they purchased this product not because they had a need to lose weight, but they needed to know their family was getting adequate nutrition because they couldn't afford to buy the food. So it was an opportunity to be nutritious and to be economical. So it's a great product in terms of weight loss because you look at all these characteristics, ease of mixing, the nutrients that are present, both vitamins and minerals, the key nutrients, the fact that it's going to be delicious, so it's easy to enjoy this because most of us hate dieting, hate the concept of weight loss. So it's something that's designed to make a difficult process, which all of us, you know, if you're a human, at times in your life, it seems most of us will struggle with managing our weight. This is designed to take advantage of the science and make it easier.
One thing that, Andrew, I remember years ago when you said it to me, you said, Colleen, if all you do is this and leave everything else the same, if all you do is replace so whatever you're doing right now, if you do everything exactly the same except one of your meals, breakfast, lunch, one of those meals, instead of eating what you'd normally eat, whatever you eat for breakfast, whatever you eat for lunch, instead of having that, you have this instead. If that's all you do, you will lose weight. You will lose weight. And you know what happens when you start losing weight? Obviously, you're doing something great for your health, but you feel better and you want to be more active. And you are, you know, it becomes a catalyst. The weight comes off, you feel better, you have more energy, you feel motivated. That's the beauty of this, is that you are going to start seeing those results. And results are very motivating. So I would just say to all of you, if you aren't doing this yet, try it. Like Andrew said, and it hit home years ago when you told me, and I thought, well, that's easy. I can do that because I've been on every single diet known to mankind. I swear to you, I've done every diet under the sun, and I'd lose weight and then I'd go back to eating normal and I'd put the weight back on. And it was a real yo-yo for me for years. I went on those ones where you go and they give you the food and you pay the money and all of that. I lost 25 pounds doing that. But as soon as I started eating regular food again, then all the pounds came back on. Well, so this works because you're not on a diet. You don't go off it. You just keep doing it and you maintain, and it's wonderful.
But you still need to eat regular food. Yeah. So what this is designed to do is just take one or two of your meals and replace them. Because every time we sit down to eat, we get in harm's way. And that's when we tend to make bad decisions.
You're right.
Also, when we might have to snack, or we choose to snack, snacks are high in calories. I mean, what snack do you know of that's less than 63 calories or 67 calories? So this is a lower calories than a snack. It's far lower calories than a meal. And that caloric difference is your weight loss ability. What I was going to do is just read some of the charts here that go over some of the basics of meal replacement. And then I'll read some of the quotes from some of the science. It would probably be great if I also read some reviews. The reviews speak about the flavor. And I think you can't overlook the fact that the finest restaurant in the world probably doesn't have a 4.2 star rating.
You're right.
Doesn't have thousands of people who've given a 60+ calorie meal replacement a 5-star review. So, I mean, there are literally, there's more than 5,000 reviews.
That's so amazing.
And almost 3,500 of them are perfect 5-star reviews. So it's a product that, and again, it's taste. Not everybody's taste is the same. In fact, most of our tastes are all over the place. But to think that we're that universally loved, I think it makes a very powerful statement for a product that is typically universally hated. Meal replacement shakes and things are usually disgusting. And to think that this product is over 70% 5-star reviews, that's astounding. I'm very proud of that, and I think you'll love the product. But I'm just going to read some charts here quickly.
I might make one while you do that.
Sure, but as we start off here, meal replacements have been shown to be a safe, effective, and superior means of achieving weight loss. Meal replacements provide a healthy, concentrated source of nutrients with reduced caloric content. Unfortunately, most meal replacements don't taste very good. They're all about the ingredients. Secure's focus on both flavor and nutrition ensures a meal that is both enjoyable and effective. Soy protein, and what I want to do here, I'm going to grab this chart here. There's a few here. And this is straight from the Journal of Nutrition. Clinical studies also show that ingestion of soy proteins reduces the risk factors for cardiovascular disease. This led to the approval of the food labeling health claim for soy proteins in the prevention of coronary heart disease by the US FDA in 1999. That's one of the reasons why we use soy protein. The mean daily intake of soy protein are approximately 30 grams in Japan, 20 grams in Korea, 7 grams in Hong Kong, 8 grams in China, and less than 1 gram in the United States. And those countries don't struggle with a lot of the issues we struggle with. The European Journal of Nutrition, due to its high protein and low cholesterol content, soy is often used as a meal replacement or dietary component in weight loss regimens. This studies of lifetime soy intake and our body mass index, all these acronyms in my head, BMI, provides some support for the hypothesis that women who consume soy as part of their regular diet have a lower body weight. That is why soy protein is the best choice.
Great.
From the International Journal of Medical Sciences, consumption of soy protein can favorably affect satiety, fullness, and reduce excess body fat in obese animals and humans. Among the dietary proteins, soy protein is considered a complete protein in that it contains ample amounts of all the essential amino acids, plus several other macronutrients with a nutritional value roughly equivalent to that of animal protein of highly biological value. So the reason why we choose soy protein here, and again, there's a lot of folks who have sensitivities or allergens to soy, so they don't consume it. It's not a problem for me. It's not a lot of problem for the majority of folks. Obviously, China, Japan, China's a very large country, Japan as well. Soy is the staple in their diets, much to the benefit of the health in their society. Unfortunately, we typically have animal proteins. Are you?
I know, I'm trying to do this quietly.
Oh, I could do that for you if you like.
So excited. I made a chocolate vanilla combo because why not? And if you get the 3 flavors, you have to play with these flavors. This is going to be so good, I just know it. You feel like you're cheating. I'm telling you, you feel like you're doing, I feel like this is so many calories. I feel like I'm drinking like a 500 calorie shake, but I'm not. This is probably about 100 calories because I put a scoop and a half. So the bottom line is, if you aren't taking these yet, if you haven't tried them yet, you get a money back guarantee, 30-day unconditional, get them home. If you get the big one, it's $33 on FlexPay to get it home. Get it home, open them up, and try them. Make some shakes, play. And it's really fun to experiment with recipes. You can do pina colada. Sometimes I'll do like coconut milk, throw some pineapple in there. I mean, have some fun with this. You can really play, and every meal is different and a treat. And I will say, you will find this to be the greatest tool. A lot of times if Carlos and I are going out meeting friends for dinner, doing something I don't want to overeat, I'll drink one before I go to a party. I drink one before I go out to dinner. That way I'm not so full when I get there and I eat less. It's so great. You will find it is the greatest weight loss tool. And that's what this is supposed to be for us. This is something that helps us achieve those goals. And then as you lose weight, for me, I mean, I've just been able to maintain my weight loss because I do this for a meal. That's cutting out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calories a day that I don't have to consume. And yet, and you know, it's funny, even a meal is gonna have this much nutrition. When you think of all the nutrition that's in one of these shakes.
No, I doubt if most meals we eat come close. In fact, most of us don't get the RDA in an entire day when we're eating food. So the fact that this is delivering you the RDA in most cases across the board with a single meal replacement, it's going to be more nutritious than the meal. Of course, you still eat food. You replace 1 or 2 meals daily. What I was going to do is read some of the reviews. I just grabbed some. Let me just go through some of the reviews, and then we'll go through the savings and the money. And that speaks for itself.
Did you hear that, Stephen?
So I think it's more important that we understand the product. The offer kind of speaks for itself.
I'm throwing my producer under the bus.
So we'll do this.
Sorry,
and then we'll go to do that.
Okay.
So we've talked enough about how much it costs.
Okay,
So cool. I think it's important that we understand what it can do and how it can help us. But this is from Jen in Florida. Sweet chocolate heaven. I tried the chocolate today, threw in a banana, 8 ounces of skim milk, and some ice with the chocolate secure and let it mix up in my blender. Unbelievable. Almost tastes like a Frosty. It's delish from Jen in Florida. Wonderful, wonderful. This is one of the best products I've ever bought from Andrew. I bought the chocolate and it is absolutely delicious with milk. Tastes just like a milkshake without the calories, and it provides you with extra protein that we all need. Thank you, Andrew. That's from Sylvia in Texas.
Nice.
Oops, we have more here. Yummy. I just got this yesterday. I was surprised how good it was. I mixed chocolate with 3/4 of a cup of water. I must have grabbed from the top of a chocolate stack or something. And a few ice cubes in the blender. It was delicious. This morning I had a half a banana, some blueberries, strawberries, a few ice cubes, 1/4 cup of orange juice, and a scoop of vanilla Secure. Delicious. I'm very happy with this purchase from Susan in Illinois.
Great.
Came back for more. I love this stuff. Some people say it's too sweet, but not too sweet for me. Please don't change it. I found the best way to make it for me is 1 cup of 1% milk, 1 scoop of Secure, and a little crushed ice in the blender. Tastes like a really good milkshake or malt. Thank you very much, Andrew. And we, in fact, if it's too sweet, you get to use less.
Right.
You can't change it if it doesn't have enough flavor,
just
or if it doesn't
add
have
extra liquid.
That's all. You could just dilute it or use less. Delish. I was looking for a shake to mix with water since I'm lactose intolerant and saw Secure as a TS. There's no dairy, there's no lactose, there's no gluten. I ordered the coffee flavor with plans to return it if it was chalky or chemical tasty. To my surprise, it does taste great. It's real coffee. Even more surprising is that I do not go hungry between shakes. This is definitely a product I will reorder.
Great.
Best product around. Nothing compares. I've gagged down some pretty awful stuff in the late 60s. Thought I died and went to heaven when Andrew came online with Secure. Coffee is my favorite. Start every morning with 8 ounces milk, 1 egg, 2 scoops of Secure, a quick whiz in the blender. If something has to go in life, it will be my cell phone, cable, or any other thing I consider a necessity before I give up Secure. Thanks, Andrew from Linden, California.
That's great.
I've tried love it. I've tried other meal replacements and have not found any that have the quality of taste and ingredients that Secure has. It mixes easily with almond milk or coconut milk or water. There isn't that gritty aftertaste you get with some other products, and I highly recommend it for either weight loss or a fast and easy meal replacement when you're on the go. Have my cake and eat it too. Wow, this meal replacement is excellent. Have tried others in the past and never find the desire to finish the product, let alone reorder. Thank you, Andrew, for this supplement. Gives us the things we need when we know we are not eating healthy. I find myself craving these drinks. I think a larger size would be wonderful. From Laura, I think the 100 is as big as we can get. Rich and creamy, I'm giving this 5 stars because this is the only meal replacement product I've ever tried that actually tastes good and is rich and creamy.
Yes.
It is a meal replacement that I will actually drink and continue to reorder. I'm very impressed. It is as advertised. I ordered the coffee flavor. My husband wants to try other flavors too. We'll do a couple more. Change my life. For 3 months now, I've been using Secure as a meal replacement 2 times per day. I have the vanilla. I mix it with non-fat Greek yogurt and eat it, or add a little cinnamon with the Secure Greek non-fat yogurt combo.
Yum.
And use it as a dip with apples. It tastes great even when just mixing with non-fat milk. By using this 2 times per day and eating clean, no sugar, low carb, low fat, etc., I have lost 27 pounds.
Wow.
Very pleased with this product. Thanks, Andrew. Finally a meal replacement that works. I've been using this product for about a month and have lost 10 pounds. These drinks are filling and delicious. Not only that, but they mix well. At 51 years old, I've been struggling to lose the middle-age spread. Now I'm seeing results. Nothing even comes close to this product. I feel better and I'm starting to look better. I'm signed up for auto ship and I plan on staying with this product. Thank you, Martha. The best meal replacement around. I love Secure. It has changed my life. We hear that over and over. I'm 24 years old and I'm 4 foot 10 inches tall. I gave birth to 2 twins 4 years ago and gained 100 pounds. Because of this product being so convenient and so delicious, I'm back to my original 95 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
From Judy.
That's fantastic.
Oh, we don't brag about them, but we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of
2,400 perfect 5-star.
Yeah,
2,400.
How many products at HSN have 2,400 5-star reviews?
Right, perfect 5 stars.
And that are a meal replacement. Usually, you're supposed to hate your meal replacement.
Those reviews, they're so heartfelt. You know, it's such an amazing thing to discover a way that's going to work, something that's going to work to help you get those pounds pounds off. I really hope you'll try this. I want to show you what the choices are one more time here, because we are busy with close to 5,000 already spoken for. Let me show you one more time. You can order 20 meals and you choose the flavor you'd like. We'll send you the 20 in either the chocolate, the vanilla, or the coffee. All right, that's choice number one. Choice number two, we're gonna send you 50 meals and you're going to get 50 capsules of the energy fat metabolism. All right, or you can do 100 meals. That's one of the big jugs. You can do 100 meals, and then we're also going to send you the 100 caps of the energy fat metabolism. And then on top of that, we're also going to be sending you 4 of the teas. So that is, again, for $76 and pennies here, plus it's on FlexPay for you. With 100 meals, you choose, do you want chocolate, vanilla, or coffee? And notice this, 100 meals actually costs, look at, for $199, 100 meals would be $166. For $199, you're getting 3 times that. You're getting 300 meals. So let's continue. 200 meals and then 200 capsules of the energy fat metabolism. And really, these extras are completely free when you start doing the math here. And you can see you're saving $170 off the 200 meals. And with the 200 meals, may I remind you, you can get all one flavor. So all vanilla, all chocolate, or all strawberry. What am I talking about? Chocolate, vanilla, or coffee, or you can get 2 of whatever you'd like. So if you're ordering the 200 meals, you can do coffee, vanilla, coffee, chocolate, chocolate, vanilla. You can do whatever 2 you'd like, or you can do all the same. That's going to be up to you. And then finally, 300 meals. You get 300 meals in your choice. You can either do 1 of each flavor, or all coffee, all vanilla, or all chocolate. You're also going to get the 300 capsules of the energy fat metabolism. You're going to get 36 teas, and you're also going to be receiving 7 servings of the oatmeal. I'm still talking. I'm gonna tell you, this is, I don't think we have ever had this much bundled in one thing.
It's products that normally sell.
It's amazing.
You know, when I'm not here, the normal HSN price that would sell for over $500.
Right.
Today it's under $200. Free shipping and handling. And mind you, free shipping and handling with this is serious, because I'd imagine that package, all told, is probably over 20 pounds, probably pushing 25 pounds. So that's free shipping and handling. I just walked over to Steve, our producer's desk, and something surprised me. Typically, the 300 should be going out at about double the amount of the 200.
Right.
There's 6 times the 300 being ordered as the 200.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So we're going to have the other size available later today. I'm just wondering how the 300 is going based upon that.
Yep.
So that's a little bit surprising.
When you think about it, it's really, the value is so extraordinary, because just the energy fat metabolism in the 300 kit is a $100 value. And then you're getting $35 in tea and in the oatmeal. So that's $135 of complete freebies. So if you do the math, then you're looking at $65 is what's left of what you're investing today for 300 meals. That is, if you do 2 a day to get things started, it's gonna last you 6 months. If you do 1 a day, it's gonna last you close to a year. So it depends on how you do it. If you're sharing it with a family member, because that's what happens. That's why a lot of people get the 300, because you have a spouse who wants to do this with you. You have a daughter, a teenage daughter, or somebody in the family who wants to do this with you. You have them on hand, and everybody gets to have fun with it. And plus, if you do the 3 where you get the different flavors, a chocolate, a coffee, and a vanilla, well, then you can have at it. You heard everybody comes up with their own recipes. You can do a lot of people do like the little extracts, like with the vanilla, you put a little bit of orange extract in it, and it tastes like a dreamsicle. And then you're hearing other people talk about they're using almond milk, they're using coconut milk, they're using, you know, whatever you like to use, skim milk, whatever, you know, you do. But the fact that if you're lactose intolerant, there's no dairy in here. If you watch your gluten, there's no gluten in here. This is low carb, low calorie, low fat.
It's sodium free, it's cholesterol free. It's
like the perfect food.
There's no other meal replacement like it in the world. There really isn't. What I wanted to do is read just a couple of quotes from some research. I'll try to read some of the more of the research tomorrow, and then a few more of the reviews. I think not everybody has access to hsn.com. And there's a huge volume of reviews. I mean, we're talking about thousands of positive reviews. I mean, what are we talking, over 3,500 5-star reviews alone? I mean, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. So if we go here to, this is a quote from Nutrition Journal, a very respected clinical journal. Meal replacement shakes have been studied extensively for both medical and public health efforts to combat obesity. Meal replacement shakes represent an important strategy in combating the worldwide epidemic of obesity due to their simplicity and convenience. Meal replacement simplifies the weight loss regimens by replacing 1 or 2 meals a day with a product of defined nutrient and caloric content. I'm not making it up. I'm not making a meal replacement to sell it. I'm making a meal replacement because they have been proven clinically to be the most effective way. In terms of weight loss, the most important thing, and tomorrow we'll offer some of Muriel's cookbooks, because we have to change what we eat if we want to change our body weight. There's no escaping the fact that about 1/3 of Americans are obese. That's a significant threat to our health. Not a significant threat, it's a very real threat to our health. And about 70+% of us are overweight, so overweight or obese. So it's a huge threat. It's the greatest threat to our health in this country. It's the greatest threat to our economy in this country. And it's the greatest threat to the quality and quantity of our lives and remaining with our families and remaining mobile and healthy. So it's really something we need to master. And if we don't make changes, that's not going to change. And consequences, well, what happens if we make change, then we are the creators, the inventors, the shapers of that change. If we don't make change, then change is going to happen, and it's not going to be things that we invited. It's not going to be things that we welcome. It's going to be things that happen to us. Well, I'd rather be in a position where I'm making change so I get to shape my future rather than being the victim of my future. And I don't mean to sound negative or things, but if we don't make change, then the future isn't going to be bright. And you don't have to get my meal replacement. There's an abundance of them on the markets. What we've tried to do is explain what makes this different. The reviews explain that you'll really enjoy using it and that it really does work. So, and just one more quote here.
Did you know what Steve just told me? It's a big one. In the coffee, there's only 400 left.
That's not a good thing.
Like, what? You're right. The big bundle is outselling the others by a very, very wide margin here. Just want to point out, if you are still watching and listening and tempted, I would get my orders in.
That's because you were talking about it too much.
I probably was. It's my fault.
Stop talking about that. It's all your fault.
But you know, and then one other thing I want to remember for you to talk about, because it's another thing that you taught us a long time ago, and it really made sense to me. When you said to me, you said, you know, the fact that Americans are overweight, it actually isn't really our fault.
Oh, no,
you said that over the years, it's changed so much, portions have gotten bigger. That's not our fault. Plates, you said plates have gotten bigger.
No.
Portions have gotten bigger.
It's even, like, you know, it's like we were just saying whose fault it is, that usually we try to blame someone else and we always say it's always our fault. But in this case, we really, really do get to blame our ancestors because it's completely their fault. We were designed to eat more than we need when food was presented to us, because we were designed to live in a world where we had no idea when food might reappear. Starvation was the single greatest threat to our survival. So we were designed to have systems, biochemistry, the workings within our body. We were designed to eat more than we needed whenever we saw food. We were designed to eat things that were hopefully sweet and fatty, because those are rich in calories. That meant survival. So we were designed to have this incredible appetite, and then whatever we ate, we were designed not to get rid of what we didn't need. We were designed to store it on our body for a rainy day. So our bodies were designed to thrive in a world of starvation, to thrive in a world of scarcity. We now live in a world of just flooded abundance, an abundance of calories, an abundance of sugar, an abundance of carbohydrates, an abundance of molecules that say to our body, store that away as fat. So physiologically, biochemically, it's not our fault. But, and that's what I'm trying to talk about here, is something that understands our biochemistry and our workings. Starving ourselves doesn't work. If we're deprived, we're going to start making bad decisions in the future. So we need to find a way that works within our normal eating habits and allows us to take advantage of those eating habits and the workings within our body to still lose weight. And just this next chart here on meal replacement, this is from the Annals of Nutrition and Metabolism. Recent studies have shown that meal replacement regimens are safe and are associated with greater weight loss than individualized diet plans. And I just read a half a dozen studies before I came here that reiterated that same fact, that meal replacements work better. If you also modify your diet and do a meal replacement, that's the ultimate way to lose weight or manage your weight. It has been suggested that diets, or even better, that diets containing soy protein, why we use it, may further accelerate weight loss. If you're allergic or sensitive to soy, that's fine. We make a whey protein version. But if you're not, then soy protein is the better option. And again, I have just a stack of reviews here, and interspersed in them are reviews about weight loss, and there are dozens of reviews that talk about weight loss of 30, 50, 100 pounds or more. Of course, that happens over a period of time, because the only way we got where we are is through a concerted way of living. The only way we're going to get back to where we were and where we want to be is through a patient, concerted way of living. If it's too uncomfortable, if it takes too much discipline, we're not going to do it. What's really required is an intelligent, patient effort. And the science is clear. Folks really love to complicate weight loss. And certainly I'm really trying to simplify it here tonight. But what really matters is the quantity and quality of the calories we put in our body. That what we really need to watch are those carbohydrate calories. What a horrible, horrible scientific disservice was perpetrated in this country in the 60s and 70s and 80s, convincing us that we should go low fat and start eating tons of carb and sugar. Avoid fruit juice. Avoid obviously French fries, potatoes, white rice, pasta, bread. If we never ate those again, no great loss. A diet rich in healthy fats is fine. Nuts and seeds are great. It's really the quality and the quantity of what we put in our body. And with a meal replacement, it's delicious. It satisfies our sweet tooth, the texture, the feel, the fullness. You get what you need. You get the nutrients better than if you were eating a full meal. And it accomplishes our goals, and it takes advantage of the science.
And it's effortless. It's one less thing you have to think about. It's easy and delicious and effortless. And that's why so many people are saying yes to it. The big bundle, I'm with Andrew later tonight. I have no idea if we'll have any of these big ones left or not. The coffee, very limited already. Getting limited. Now remember, if you do the big one, you can do all one flavor, all chocolate, all vanilla, all coffee, or you can do one of each.
And just so everyone knows, we brought in a lot of everything, because in December we sold out early. In October we sold out early. So we brought in plenty of everything, but we're not going to have a significant ability to do wait list or to have back orders. So when this will go, it will go. So we're good on the other sizes. It's just bizarrely disproportionate, the 300. And mind you, I didn't talk about it